Hello everybody and welcome back to Pow Bam Zing. My name is Carl and this is a review of the Corsair M65 RGB Elite. The mouse itself is somewhat weighty at around 118 grams. Certainly not the lightest mouse, but the fact that it is wired and doesn't carry any batteries in the body makes it easy enough to flick around when you need to. The Corsair software iQ isn't perfect, but it is leaps and bounds better than Razer's Synapse 2.0 software I had to use for my old mouse. I've never had profiles reset on me or not function the way they should. It has been generally hassle-free in my use case, which is great because the last thing you want in the middle of a firefight is your software crashing in the background, leaving you with a dead mouse or dead mouse buttons. There's tasteful RGB that can be controlled by the software throughout the mouse, and it's done in such a way that it is downcast down to your mat as to not glare in your eyes if you play at night, creating a nice underglow effect. The metal accents of the mouse also give a really cool industrial style look and are what initially drew my eye to this mouse on store shelves in the first place. The mouse cord comes out of the mouse from the front asymmetrically, which I thought was interesting and perhaps drag changing, but it hasn't affected my gaming at all. The mouse buttons haven't stood out to me as being too crunchy or too mushy. In fact, I would say that I've been entirely neutral in my opinion of their feel, which is a plus in my book. My biggest complaint is that the red sniper button one's thumb naturally rests on while playing is a slippery texture. Any type of moisture, whether that be sweaty palms in the middle of an intense match or oils, will make the button feel gross and slippery. I've gone as far as considering painting over the button with some rough textured paint or adhesive just to get rid of the distracting sensation of the large slippery mouse button, even when not pressing it. Perhaps it's a good thing going for the mouse if I have to complain about something as small as mouse button texture, but it is something that has been slightly annoying over the past couple of months while playing with it. The mouse ergonomics is less form-fitting than other mice. The mouse has a flatter profile that doesn't fill one's hands like others do. Any sort of palm arch is missing from this mouse, forcing one's hand into a claw-like grip rather than a relaxed style. There's a bit of a side thumb rest, but it's not much. This also forces one to squeeze the mouse from the sides rather than letting the weight of your hand dictate the mouse control. It's a bit wider than your average mouse, but for some reason feels smaller in the hand. This might be due to the slimness and angular shape. However, these are all things that are more subjective to one's taste than objectively good or bad. I found that I didn't like the lack of proper thumb support at first, but that I got used to having to squeeze the mouse for grip over time. However, I'd still prefer a bit more vertical thumb support, as forcing me to squeeze the mouse for support puts my thumb directly on that awkward feeling sniper button I mentioned before and makes avoiding it impossible. The sensor on the M65 is the PMW3391, a seemingly ramped up version of the PMW3389, which is found in mice such as the Razer Death Adder and HyperX Pulsefire. The only negligible difference between the 3391 is that it can reach up to 18,000 dpi versus the 3389 reaching a measly 16,000 dpi. Once one gets up to that range of sensitivity, it doesn't really matter anyways, as most people can generally agree that it's better to play games at a lower sensitivity and use arm movements to make up for sensitivity loss. But that doesn't mean a faster sensor is wasted. A higher quality sensor means better tracking accuracy even at slower speeds. Overall, I'm happy with this mouse aside from a few quirks. It hasn't made me want to change anytime soon, and perhaps with a couple of personal mods it will last me a long time. The M65 RGB Elite is especially attractive because of the price point at only $34.99 on Amazon at the moment. The build quality, price, features, and sensor makes this mouse a definite consideration for your next input choice. Thanks for watching this review on Pow Bam Zing. Have a great day.